are watching Coast Life, and I have one of my favorite people with Coast TV News here with me today, Alex Seymore, First Alert Meteorologist. Alex Seymore, welcome.
Yeah, thank you. It's great to be here on the show for the first time.
Yes, first time having Alex on Coast Life, and as you can see, we are in front of our green screen. This is kind of Alex's home. You're going to see how the green screen transforms in just a minute. I also want to just introduce you to Alex really quick. So Alex, just real quick, tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right, so a little bit about me. Well, I've been here on Delmarva my whole life. I was born and raised here, so Sussex County is where I'm from. I recently just had my first son. He's about to be 7 months old next week, so he's getting big. So that's kind of taken over the life over the last half a year.
I bet. And today's National Sons Day.
Yeah,
did you know that?
Sons Day. I did know that. I already posted on Instagram. So.
Something else you might not know about Alex, though, is he's very tall. I'm actually on a platform right now, and he is not. So that's just trying to get eye level with Alex here. But he's not this short, nor am I that tall. Yeah. But we have Alex on today because we're talking about something that's happening tonight, the harvest moon. You may have heard of it. So Alex, you have some cool graphics to show us and all. First, tell us, what's the harvest moon?
So what the harvest moon is, well, pretty much every month has a name for the full moon. This month, it just happens to be the harvest moon. The main reason for that, well, it's because it's the month that the farmers begin to harvest their crops. So that's the reason that we get the name harvest moon. September is the harvest moon, and each month, as you can see off to the side, actually gets a different name. So next month's moon, full moon, is called a hunter's moon. So a different name for each month.
A hunter's moon?
Yes.
I never knew there was a month.
Yeah, it's during the heart of hunting season, so that's what it gets named for.
That is so funny. Now, if you got really excited for the harvest moon, we're not going to see the best view of it tonight, though, Alex. Why is that?
Yeah, certainly not going to get the best view of it. The reason for that, it's clouds. Kind of what we've been seeing the last week, that's going to be taking over tonight, and we can see just that on our futurecast. This is 5 a.m. That's where the peak of the harvest moon is. Rain moving in, and unfortunately, it's looking pretty dreary. Even tomorrow night, when maybe you could get another view of it, it's still going to be cloudy, still going to be rainy.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's okay, because the sun's coming out on Saturday.
Yeah, sun's coming out on Saturday. Weekend looks great.
The weekend looks great. Okay, well, I know we've been dealing with that. You and I were talking just this morning on Coast TV News about the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, certainly the light's at the end of the tunnel, and next week looks beautiful. The weekend looks beautiful. So finally, we'll finally get some of this nasty weather out of here.
Definitely. So would it be safe to say we have to wait till October next year, or this time next year, to see the harvest moon?
Yeah, have to wait for next year. But the good news is we get a full moon every month.
That's true.
So.
And we get, a new moon every month. That's great. Okay, perfect. Hey, really quick, just while I have you too, Alex, you and I were talking off camera. I know it's October soon. The winter, we're getting into the winter already. It's looking a little frightening. Is that okay to say?
Yeah,
okay.
You could say that. It's not going to be completely accurate, but we do have an El Nino winter. So typically what that means is we're going to get a storm track coming up the coast. So that typically leads to big storms. And if we get that cold air in here, my favorite kind of weather, we might start to see in the snowstorms.
So we're going to start prepping for snowstorms now. I'm going to make sure my tires are good because I don't want to get caught in any of those snowstorms. Awesome, Alex. Well, maybe just try to look in. If there's a small break in the clouds, you'll see that harvest moon today. Otherwise, we'll look forward to the hunter's moon. Something else you can look forward to, though, is you guys have met First Alert Meteorologist Jeanette Gallardo on Coast Life before, and she has something coming up on Coast TV News at 5, talking about coastal flooding. Really quick, the moon, coastal flooding, those kind of go hand in hand?
Yeah, they do go hand in hand just a little bit because the full moons, so every month, the tides are going to be a little bit higher during that full moon. We have a full moon now, plus this storm, so that's just making the flooding a little bit worse.
So it is what it is. All right, no problem. Well, thank you for explaining all of that for us, Alex. And like I said, you can learn more about that flooding and the moon and all of that tonight on Coast TV News. Jeanette will have that for you then. For right now, though, we'll let you go. More Coast Life's heading your way.